Hello, everyone. Good evening. Thank you for joining in on time. And we'll start in 5 minutes, just waiting for others to join in. I hope you were able to practice what we did on the last session, during the last session. Let's wait. Okay. So please type in loud and clear if you are able to hear me loud and clear. And we'll get started in 2 minutes. Like to hear from all of you. Hello, hello, hello. Good evening, Sam. How are you? LNC. Thank you, Anish. Thank you, Sam. Thank you, Punit. Thank you, Kufri. I don't recall who was Excel Adventurous, but yeah, thank you. Okay, another minute and we are getting started. I'm doing good too. Thank you, Sam, for asking. We will be starting in a minute. Hello, everyone. Welcome again. and it's 7 p.m. IST. Let's get started with today's session. Um, so let's quickly recap what we did during the last session, right? So last session we created a couple of data types. One is post comment and one is post like, and we saw how does that work, right, from the front end. What do we do with these, like how do we link data types, okay, and then how do we create records uh, in those data types, right? So we saw that. Has anyone been able to practice this? If you have been able to practice, plus put type in +1 in the chat box. Okay, good. I think Excel Adventurous is Hemant, if I'm not wrong. I don't know, but yeah. Thank you for sharing that. Anyone else? Anish also says he was able to practice. That's good. Anyone else have been able to practice what we covered during last session? Okay. Anyways, let's continue. So we were supposed to break this down into two sessions. That is, create data structure in one session and the front end on the next session. Okay, so today's session was supposed to be creating the front end and linking it, but because it will break the flow, we covered that during the last session itself. And today we will fine tune it even further. Okay, what I mean by that is, so we have a like button here, which we already worked on during the last session. Okay. On LinkedIn, we do not have commenting options by default. So only when you click on this will the comment option open along with all the previous comments, right? So we will be working on this particular functionality to begin with. Okay. And then we will go to repost. How do we allow users to repost? Okay. That's something that we are going to look into. Yep. So let's begin with this comment thing. And for that, I'll just copy, paste this particular button and this group, which is group actions. The container layout was column. So I'm going to change this to row. Okay. Now you might get confused, like which is the like button and which should we change to comment. And for that, you can just go and check the appearance. Okay. The like button that we had previously has a workflow added, and this does not have. Okay, and that's why this should be changed to comment. So let me search for comment. What's the icon like? Okay, so let's try to search something new. If at all we get it, it's good. And no. Let's go to feather. Nothing. Bootstrap icons. Nothing. Font awesome. Maybe this one. And this one. Okay. Now let's also add some space in between these two. So I'll go to group actions and add spacing. It is column spacing. Okay, because the parent layout is a row. So we would add a column spacing. And we will hide these two things, right? This one and also the repeating group by default. So I'll click on this one. I'll click on this one. This needs to be grouped in container layout, column container, and post comment. Okay. And we also have to add spacing, which was 5. Let's make it as 5. And by default, this is hidden. Okay. And we display this particular thing only when we click on comment. Okay, that's how LinkedIn does it. So if you click on this one, this shows up. Go down and click on this one. The comments for this one will be showing up, right? So what we did was we grouped the group comment where we were allowing the users to add their comment plus the repeating group together in a group called group post comment, and that's in a column layout. Okay, we have added a row gap of 5 pixels and we have hidden it by default. That is, this element is visible on page load is unchecked. Okay, collapse when hidden is checked. That means whenever it's not being shown, it will be collapsed. Okay, it will not take up any space. Now let's quickly check how do we use this particular button to show this. Okay, closely observe. So this is group post comment. Okay, I'm going to use an option show an element. Post comment. Okay, let's quickly check what happens with this. I hope I'm logged in. Okay, maybe not because it's not showing user profile image. So I'll log in. Okay. So I'll click on this one. Okay, and we can see the comment. Yeah. Is this what we wanted? Is this how LinkedIn does it? So you click on comment and the comment opens up, giving you option to add the comment and also showing all the other comments for that particular post. Are we in line? Everyone? Hello, hello, hello. Are you able to follow this? Okay, okay, okay. Good. Thank you, Hemant, Tanish, Smita, Kufri. Okay, let's go on to the next one that we wanted to, which is repost. Okay. Before we understand how do we create a repost, do we all agree that repost is also a post? Do we all agree that repost is also a post? If you think that repost is also a post, then type in RP in the chat box. Okay. So when we click on repost, what happens? We have two things: repost with your thoughts, and one more is repost. Right? So there are two options. and these are coming as. So do you recall what is this called? The box that is opened up now, what is this called? Everyone, can you recall what is that? What is this box which opens up when I click on repost? Okay, Heman says it's a pop-up. Anish and Sam says it's a group focus. Okay, what about others? Yes, it's a group focus, right? So it is coming near to this particular element, which in our case is a button. Okay, and that's why it is a group focus. Okay, so let's add one more button and let's search for repost. I'm not sure if we have, or not report, repost. I doubt we'll have a repost, but maybe we can check for re, um refreshed. Mm, yeah, maybe this one. This is square in nature, but recycle can also be searched for. Okay, it has 3. Okay, anyways, so this is fine, and this is repost. Okay. Um, now we will add a group focus, right? I'll just paste it over here. Then it opens up here, and we can search for. Okay, so let's go to this. This is button comment, and this is button repost. Okay. Now search for repost. We don't have anything. Do you know why? Do you know why we don't have the group focus being linked to repost? Anyone? Anybody? Do you know why we are not able to link a group focus to repost? No, it's not because of grouping. The reason is group focus can be linked to any element. Okay, or rather, before I give the reasons, let's see what are the options available. Alphabet image, button home, button jobs, button messaging, button my network, button notification, button post, button verify, button view profile, floating group, and all of this, right? So one thing common in all of this is it's outside the repeating group. So button home is here, button network is here, button jobs is here, which is in the floating group header, right? And all the other options we have is in this one. Okay. But group post, which is within the repeating group, let's search for it. We don't have that option, right? Group post. Because when you link a particular group focus to any element within repeating group, Okay, there are multiple items in the repeating group. For example, there is one repost button over here. Okay, one over here, one over here, one over here. So where should the group focus be linked to? Right, we have multiple items of the same properties. So where should that get linked to? That's why you do not get the option to reference a group focus to any elements within the repeating group. You can link it to repeating group, right? Repeating group post you can link it to, but you cannot link it to any element which is added within the repeating group. Okay, but we still want it to be within the repeating group, right? We want it to be for this particular button. How do we do that? Okay, for now, I'm going to use a logic which we have still not covered. So do not worry about how that works, what needs to be done, and all of that. Okay, we will cover that in the upcoming session. But what I'll do is I'll delete this particular group focus that I just created. I'll convert this one to something called reusable element. Okay. Yes, Sam, you are right. Okay. So convert to a reusable element, and we will call this as repost button. Okay. And I'll click on create. What is reusable element and all of that? Do not worry at this moment. Okay. Do not worry about it at the moment. And type of content for the repost button, okay, will be post. And one more thing is we don't want this to be this large. We just want it to be, let's say 100. Oh, 100 is not sufficient. Maybe 180 is too big. Let's say 160. That's also big. 140. Okay, 130 should be good. And height can be like 35. Yes. Okay. So we have this button here, and I'm going to create a group focus over here now, right? And the reference will be button repost. Okay. As we can see, when we click on this, it is aligned on the right side. So we will do a similar thing, right? So this is 130, if we are not wrong, 130. So I'll make this as 130 fixed width. And so we'll go to group focus. We need 280. Looks like. Okay, so we can make it as 280 fixed width. Okay, so 130, 280. Left can be minus 150. Okay, thereby making it align. And we can also see that when we click on this, there is some 10 pixels gap. So I'm going to make this as 10. Okay, and let's also check what are the other elements. So all the other corners is rounded with 5 or 10 pixels. Here it is sharp edge. So we will do the same thing. Define each border. Top left can be 10. Top right should be sharp. Bottom right is 10. Bottom left is also 10. Okay, let's quickly check if the color seems to be good, but we have a border, right? So border can be solid. 6B, 6B, 6B is probably too dark. Use EB. Similarly, this one solid. Let's change this to EB, EB, EB. Solid. EB, EB. Solid. EB, EB, EB. Okay. So it looks something like this. And we will go back to the feed page. Okay, wherever we had added this repost, I am going to search for this reusable element. Okay, I'll show you again. So we have visual elements, which we saw. We have containers, which we have seen. We have input forms, which we have seen. And we also have something called reusable elements. Now, do not worry about what it is, how, like, what are the advantages and all of that. I'll just take this and paste it over here. Okay. And I'll make this one as width 130. Right, this is what we want. I'll remove this from here. Okay. Now it's asking for data source, and the data source would be parent groups post. Okay. I'll click on edit element, which will take me to the repost button, reusable element. And when we click on this is when we want to show the group focus. Rest everything remains the same, right? So toggle an element, and the element would be group focus A, which allows us to show two things. Okay, one is this, one is this. So the way we can create that is add group, because we have two things to be shown. This is repost with thoughts. Thoughts. Okay, we will first create this one and then go to the next one, because we can copy paste. Okay, what do we have? So we have icon, post, and a smaller supporting text. So add icon here, and this is pencil. Let's put material. We don't have. That's strange. That's one, and it could be black. We will remove the padding 0, 0, 0, and 0. And this could be 20 by 20. We also need that in the center. And we also have some padding on the left, right, and on the right side both. So in this group, let's go and add some padding, 20 cross 20. You can also increase this to 25. Okay. Now we need to add text on the top and at the bottom. So we need one more group. Okay. And we'll have to change this one from column to row. And then this one will become the next element. And this has to be center aligned. And then we will add two text within this. Okay. So this one would be, we copy this text. Yeah, it opens up. Anyways, it's cut. So we need a repost with your thoughts. I'll add that one here. Thoughts. Okay, this one should be slightly bolder, so I'll make this as 500. And the supporting text is create a new post with Matt's post attached. Right? So I'll add this text here. Create a new post with, we need to have the user's name and then post attached, right? So we go over here and we will use this repost button, which is a reusable element. We're getting the post from there. We're getting the creator from that. We're taking the name from that. Okay. And then post attached. Okay. This is how we make it as dynamic. And now we can make this as just body 12 because we don't want it to be big. Okay. And this group B can be post with, and we'll also change, we'll add some space. Okay. Now what I'll do is I'll copy paste this group. Okay. To create the second group, which is this one. So this is just repost. This one will become just repost. And the supporting text is instantly bring Matt's post to others' feed. Bring others' feed. And we can also add some spacing between without thoughts. Without thought. And this one, group focus. We can add some spacing. It'll just be 5. Should be good enough. Quickly check anything else missing. And it's some good, very good spacing, but let's so I'm going to the preview mode. And now when I click on this, it gives me the option. I don't know why icon is not being shown. Yeah, it came. Oh, by the way, this icon has to change. This has to be same, which is repost. And we will use the same icon here. So refresh. And we got that in material now. Feather. Okay. So now quickly observe what happens. Right? When I click on repost here, okay, it comes over here. When I click on repost here, it comes over here. Click on this one, it comes over here. Okay, that's precisely what we want, right? For whichever post you click on repost, okay, that's where you want the group focus to be shown. One last thing is whenever this group is forward, we want the background style to be flat color and background color to be, let's say, EV. You can see how it looks like. So I'm copying this one. I'm going to this particular group, pasting it over here as well. So let's quickly check if this is working fine and then work on the reposting there. Right. So I'll click on this. You can see that this works good. Okay. Now the main thing. Okay. So if I click on repost and repost with the thought, or let's go with this one first, right? So let's say a repost. So whenever it is reposted, you can see that the same thing is being shown, just that we are showing the person reposted this, right? So what we have to do in the data type is in the post, because we are reposting the post itself, right? So we have to create a new field. We have to create a field called reposted from. This will also be a post. So I'm creating another field which is reposted from, and that is also a post. Closely observe this, right? So until now, what we had created was we were linking one data type to another. So for example, post comment had linked post. Post like had linked post, right? But here we are linking post within post. Okay. We are linking post within post. I'll go back here. And whenever we click on this one, all we have to do is create a new thing, which is post, set another field, which is reposted from, okay, a repost button, which is this reusable element, post. Okay, I'll repeat this. What we are doing is when we click on repost, okay, this particular button right now is referring to this particular parent post, because we have to know which is the post that we are reposting. Okay, that's why when we use this particular element in the feed page, okay, we are telling what is the data source, which is the post that we are referring to when we click on repost. Okay, that is parent groups post, right? So this repost button is referring to a particular post. Okay, and when the group focus is shown, we are still referring to the same post. Clear? Are you following so far? I'm going very, very slow so that all of you can understand. Are you getting it, everyone? Hello, hello, hello. Are you getting it? Is it too fast, too slow? What's happening? All good? Okay. So, whenever we click on this, what are we doing? We are creating a new post, but here we don't have any text to it, right? We are directly reposting whatever was the other person's post, right? So when we click on this one, you can, okay, create a new, okay, this person, we don't, I mean, somebody created a post when they were not logged in. We should not allow. So let's try this one. We can see create a new post with Manoj Kumar's post attached, right? I'll do this one now. I am going to click on repost. Okay. So here we can see that Ritesh Hegde, it shows Ritesh Hegde, but it does not have any post added to it because all we had done in the feed section until now was to show parent groups posts post text. Okay, we were doing parent groups post text, but in this case, which got created recently, right, we do not have a post text yet, but it is linked to some other post. Okay, so we have to work on that. So whenever there is a new post created, whenever a post is being reposted, this is how we have to show. The original post will remain like this, and there is just one text added on top, which is Red7 service reposted this. Yeah, just a minute. So what we will do is this particular group, which is added within the repeating group. Okay, here we have the user, and we say parent groups posts creator, right? But in case if it is, what I say, reshared, okay, we want to show here the person who created the original post, right? That's why we'll go to condition and we will say parent groups post reposted from is not empty. Then the data source can be parent groups post reposted from creator. Closely observe this, right? What we are doing is the user details that if the post, the parent groups post, okay, reposted from is not empty. In this case, that is true, right? In this case, it is true. Reposted from is not empty. Then the user details will be coming from that reposted from creator. I'll copy this. I'll go to this text. Okay. Here also we will do the same thing. This will be parent groups posts reposted from post text. Okay. Let's quickly check if this is working fine. We have to do some small modification, but let's see this. Right. Now you can see that the details of the post that I reposted has been shown here. Okay, just like how we would do here, just that we have to add this top line. Okay, so I am going back, adding one more group. Which should be added over here. Okay, and this will be repost details. Let's see. Okay, and this one will be hidden by default. This will be shown only if current cells post reposted from is not empty. And what do we need to have here? It's basically the same thing which is here. We'll paste it here. And this will be, okay, this one should be post, current cells post, and thereby this particular group will become user, parent groups post creator. And we don't need this condition in this particular group. Okay, this is what it is. Okay, so we need the name and then we need a text reposted this, right? So I'm going to add reposted this. Okay, but this one is in what do you say, bold. This is not. So we'll change that using this rich text editor. So reposted this can be smaller size. Okay, and color can be grayish. The background is white for this group as well. So let's change this one to white. Sorry, appearance. And we also have a border added at the bottom. This one. Only bottom border. So I'm going this way, bottom is solid, and let's say 6p, 6p, 6p. Let's quickly check. So we can see this one here. Okay. One thing though is this should come within this group. So I'm going to add this one within this group. Okay. And also we can see that this one is too small when compared to this one. So I'm going to change the dimension of this one to, let's say, just 20. Okay. And this can also be from 16, let's say 13. Likewise, this group can be reduced from 40 to just 20. Let's quickly check if this is looking fine. Okay, some space at the bottom before the border, and that can be added with padding, let's say 10. Is this good enough? Can you see? Pritesh Hegde reposted this one. So it shows. Let me just go to some other this thing. Samir Parikh, right? I'll click on this, repost. And if we come on top, you can see Ritesh Hegde reposted this. Are you clear? With regards to the editor link, I'll share it. Do not worry, guys. I'll share it in a while. Okay. Follow what we are covering right now. Did you see this? Is this already looking good? We have done one part of the repost. Okay. If you are all clear with what we have done so far, we can go to the next one. Are you all clear with this? Yeah. Can we move on to the next one, which is reposting with thought? I'll just delete this one. Okay. Let's go back. Repost with thought. And when we click on this, what happens is a pop-up opens where the previous this thing will be shown, and we have to add our thoughts here. Such a nice message. Okay, such a nice message. I'll click on post. Yeah, so let's view the post. You can see everything remains the same apart from the message also being shown here. Everything else remains the same. The message is also being shown here. So what we will do is we will add one more text. Over here. And this text, as it already says, is parent group post text. Okay. Just that we will add some spacing in between. Say 5 should be sufficient. Okay. Now we will allow the users to add the post, the text. Okay. So when the user clicks on repost with your thoughts, okay, what we will do is we will show a pop-up, right? And here, share your thought. Make this as 450. We delete this one. Let's go back. Let's see how the pop-up looks like. So repost with thought. So there is a pop-up that opens up where we have the user's details and then share your thought. Right now, I'm just going to add a multi-line input box within the pop-up. Okay, let's open this up. 20. And then share, start writing or use art to mention people, companies. Okay, start writing. We'll just say start writing. Okay. And we have the post button at the bottom. I'll just add one more this thing over here, which will be you are reposting. Okay. Like I'm not going to add these group and all for now. We will just inform the user that they are reposting somebody else's post. Okay. So for that, like we did repost here, content to post, we'll also do this pop-up type of content as post. We have to tell what is the post, right? Data source will come when we click on that one. So reposting, pop-up, share your thoughts, posts, creator, name, okay, post. Excuse, sorry. So I'm going to add some space between, let's say 10. We'll add a button which will be post. Be capital and could be fixed. Could be 30. Oh, can make it as 80. And we can have roundness 30 and alignment on the right side. And let's just make this as 100. Okay, closely observe. Couple of things that we have to do. One is when we click on post, or rather, when we click on this one, this group, we'll have to open the pop-up, show an element, and we are showing the pop-up. And we also have to display the data in the group, which is basically tell the pop-up which post are we talking about. That is repost buttons post. That's step number 1 we had to do. Step number 2 is when we click on post, we have to create a new thing, which is post. Set all fields. Post text would be multi-line start writing value, and reposted from would be pop-up share your thoughts post. Once that is done, we want to reset the relevant inputs, and we also want to hide the pop-up. Okay, because the job is already done. So let's quickly check if this is working fine. So let me go to some of the post. Let's say with Thakuran, repost with your thoughts. So it opens this thing, right? And I'll write, this is fantastic. And I'll click on repost. Okay, so here we can see that the same text is being shown twice. That's not what we want. We'll have to quickly check why is that coming that way. I'm going to feed. Okay, so I'm going to this particular group, which is repost details. Okay, now this is parent groups post. Okay, within which we have this one, and this is referring to post text. So let's quickly debug why is the same text coming in. We'll see if, yeah, this is fantastic. So this should have been shown. Okay, let's quickly check why it's not. I'm going to inspect. I'm going to this one. Oh, did we have a condition added here? Oh yeah, so we have this condition which should not be here. I'll just remove that and we should be good. Yeah, you can see. Okay, the reason it was showing wrong value is because I had copied this text and pasted it over here. And this particular text, we have added a condition where parent groups posts reposted from is not empty. Then we are showing the text from the reposted from post, right? And that condition had copied to this as well, which should not happen. And now we are good. Let me go to some other post. Debraj, repost, right? One thing though, if you observe, when I click on this, this should go off and this should show. So let me work on that. I'll go to repost, edit element. And when we click on this particular group, we want that to be hidden first, right? So element action can be toggle an element. And this is group focus A. So let's quickly check if that has been taken care of. So when I come here, when I click on repost and when I click on this one, this will get hidden and this will open up. Okay. Hello. I'll click on post and you can see here, Pritesh Hegde reposted this. Okay. Let's quickly check if that's how it is being shown. Let's check this. So it just shows the image, the name, and wow. Okay, we don't have reposted this as a text. And what is it? The way this is displayed is slightly different. Let's not worry about that. Okay, let's just make the small changes in the feed, right? Which is basically coming from here. Repost details. Or let's ignore this for now. But did you understand how do we create the repost functionality? Where the basic funda here is to understand how did we link the data to itself, right? So this is a post. This is a post where it is getting linked to another post, right? Again, this is a post which is getting linked to another post, right? So did you understand that one? I'm going to delete this because I didn't read before I put, wow. But did you understand the funda? Everyone? Yeah. We are linking one data type to itself. So what we had seen before, like post comments or post likes, we were linking one data type to another data type. Okay. In repost thing, what we are doing is we are linking the same data type to itself. Okay, thereby making the loop of it. Got it? Clear, everyone? We will come to the send part a bit later because I think it has a lot of options, right? Also, it takes to a different page and so on and so forth. So basically, if you we'll come to it later. Okay. Um, One thing though we can do is we can display this particular thing here, okay, which is basically the number of comments and number of reposts that a particular post has, right? So that is added over here. So this is repost details, and this is group user, and then we have the text, then we have actions, and before the actions is where we are displaying the other thing, and that's why I'm going to add a group over here, okay, which can be count. Now we don't need this to be 40. I'll just make this as 20. And on the right side, we need to show this one, 4 comments and 1 repost. I'm going to add text within. Okay. We need to get the number of comments that has been added to this particular post. And that's very simple. Do a search for post comments, add a new constraint where linked post equals to. Now we need parent groups thing, and this particular parent group is empty. So I'm going to type of content and make it a post, and we will link this to parent groups post. I'll come back. I'll go to constraint and I'll link this to parent groups post. Count. And then we will also display comments as a text. Now let's see if there is any post which has just one comment or no comments. Okay, so this has no comments, and if there are no comments, then it will not show. We have to show it only when there is comments. Okay, and of course, if it is just one, then this should have been one. So first, let's see this, and then we will add the required conditions. Okay, so this is coming on this side. We want that to be on the right side. And the text is also slightly grayish. So we can change the color of this one. And maybe make it as 14. Change the color to, I don't know, 6. Okay, you can check that we have like 0 comments, 0 comments, 0 comments, 0 comments. Here we have 2 comments. Okay, if we click on comment, we'll see. Okay, so Looks like there was one empty comment. Let's see here. Yeah, there were two comments, right? Which is okay. So now we have to show this only if there are comments, otherwise no. So what we will do is we'll go to conditions. We will copy this. We will add a condition where count is greater than 0. Only then show this. Otherwise, this will be hidden. Now, I will also do one more thing, which is this comments. I'll cut it. I will insert the same condition here, right? Count is greater than 1. Closely observe. Here is the count, and here I'm adding greater than 1, formatted as text. Right? When I do this, I can format different conditions. So if this is greater than 1, then what? Then I want it to be comments. Otherwise, I want it to be comment. So this is to get the count, and this is to get me the text, whether it should be shown as comments or comment. Let's quickly check if this is working fine. So here we don't have comments, so nothing being shown, nothing. Here we can see two comments, right? Two comments. Yeah, one comment. You can see that? One comment. Let's do the same thing for repost as well. So I'm going to copy, paste. Of course, it is in the column layout. I'll change it to row layout, shift it to right, and I'll just go to this particular text and make this as two comments, placeholder basically, right? And then we will get this one also and 20 reposts. We need to add a gap in between. Let's say 10. Okay, so I'll go here. Now, the count would be what? Count would be the post itself, where reposted from equals to parent group's post. Rest everything remains the same. I'll go here. This will be post, and reposted from equals to parent group's post, and text would be reposts, and this will be repost. We go here, do the same thing. This will be post, and constraint would be reposted from equals to parent group's post. Let's quickly check. Scroll down, down, down. Okay. Yeah, you can see the session is getting more technical now. 2 comments and 1 repost. Okay. So this I had reposted, so it shows 1 repost. Let's see, we had done some other reposts as well. Yeah, so 1 repost here. Okay, one thing we missed though is we copied this, right? And the condition have got added to everything. So we don't need this condition over here. I'll delete this. Similarly, we don't need the condition in this particular thing. So I'm going to delete this one. Okay, because we don't want the color to change if somebody has liked it. Let's quickly check. Repost. One repost over here. We have done a repost over here. You can see that one repost and one repost. Did you see this? So we have got the comments and reposting as well. Can we now quickly add the number of likes over here? We can just quickly show that, and that's all we will have for today. Okay, so let's go here. Okay, so we want to show the number of likes. So we don't have different reactions as of now. It's just likes. So we will show the number of likes that a particular post has got. For that, we can add a button as well, because we need to have the icon and the count. Add a button here, right? And the button will be without any background. We just need it icon and label. The icon will be like, or rather thumbs up. Okay. And icon color, right? Maybe. No. Same color can be also the font. Label here will be the number of likes. So do a search for post like, add a new constraint, linked post equals to parent group's post. Oh, sorry. Parent group's post and count. Copy this. By default, this is hidden. And if the count is greater than 0, that's when we are going to show this element. Okay. Canvas placeholder, 3 likes. And of course, we have, oh, it's just 3, right? So it's not likes, it's just 3. Okay. We can reduce the icon size a bit. That's done over here. It's 18, maybe. Yeah. Now, we want this particular button to be on the left side, while this two text on the right side. Okay. So for that, I'll go to layout, make this as first. Okay. We'll display this, and closely observe that this should be on the right, this should be on the left. Okay. One of the ways of doing it is add a dummy group in between these two. Make it as 10 height. We don't want that much space to be consumed. Or it does. So this particular group is consuming the remaining space in between. Let's quickly check. So this has got 2 likes. This has got 3. This has got 2. This has got 4. Even I have like this. 1, 1. So how many likes do we have overall? Let's quickly check that and verify. So we've got about 13 likes, right? So 2 plus 3, 5 plus 2, 7, 11, 12, 13. That's all we have. Yep. So are we getting closer to what we have in LinkedIn? We have a line over here. Have we added that line? No, I guess. Yeah, so no. Let's add that line. And that line can be added, border can be added at this level. So we need independent and border style top can be that one. Okay. Is this clear, everyone? Of course, design wise, we have not like 100% replicated what LinkedIn has, but I hope you understand the context and I hope you understand how do we create different data types, how do we link them, and all of that, right? Are you now understanding how do we create different data types? How do we link it? How do we, where do we use pop-ups? Where do we use floating groups? Where do we use focus groups? Right? All of that. You are getting a hang of it, everyone? Okay. So for today, I had only this much. Um, is there anything else that we could cover? Anything else that you can think of? Should we add a image in the post? Shall we do that? Shall we add image to the post? Editing comments and all will come a bit later. Okay, let's work on the basic parts first. So let's work on getting the image thing. Okay, so we are creating a post from here, right? This is where we are creating the post from. So let's allow adding the image. That's picture uploader. I'm going to add a picture uploader here. Click on this one. Then we have image over here. And when we click on this one, it allows us to upload the image and all of that. Okay, so I'm directly going to create it this way. Okay, that is upload your image here. Okay, and this could also be like long like this and maybe 75 pixels. Okay, and to be able to save that in the database, okay, we'll create image and field type would be image as well, right? And very simple thing. So once we click on this post, we can click on, yeah, edit workflow and create a new post. Would have one more field, which is basically image, and that is coming from picture uploader ACE value. Okay, let's quickly check if this is working fine. So I'm going to create a post from here. Dummy post with image attached. Okay, so I'm going to image from here, say this one. Okay, and I'm going to click on post. Now, it's not being shown here because we have not added the front end to display the image. So I'm going back to this particular section where we are displaying the post details. So this is our text element, and below to that we can have the image element, right? So below this text, I'm going to add this image element, and the image will be parent groups posts image. Okay, so we can keep the aspect ratio fixed, 3:2. Okay. Now, we do not want this to be shown always. We want it to be shown only if parent groups posts image is not empty. Yeah, let's quickly check. So you can see that the image is being shown here. Okay, but for everything else, it is not because we didn't have the image before. Now we have it. Wasn't this very simple? Everyone? So we have done the functionality of adding a post, allowing the users to like it, allowing the users to comment on it, allowing the users to repost with thoughts or without thoughts. We have allowed the users to create a post with an image, right? And we are also displaying the number of likes a particular session has got, number of comments somebody has got, number of reposts a particular post has got. Clear, everyone? Are you all with me? So let me know if you have any questions, right? And I'll answer those questions. But for those of you who are leaving, I would say next session is the most important session because we are going to talk about privacy rules, right? There are a lot of people who build applications, but they do not build applications where the data is stored securely. And that's precisely what we are going to cover during the next session. So please do not miss it. Join the session. Let's uncover how do we ensure that the data that is saved in the database is secure enough so that only people who are supposed to see the data, right, are able to see it, and and the data is securely saved from remaining people who should not be seen. See, what we're building right now is a social media application, so that's still fine, right? Because most of the posts and everything will be public, but there are a few information that needs to be stored and only be seen by a few people. Okay, for example, my profile information, right, should not be shown to everyone. Okay, right now what we have in the database is we have made everything public, right? Publicly visible, publicly visible, publicly visible, publicly visible, and publicly visible. So all the data in the database is right now public. Okay. In the next session, we will be covering how do we ensure that all the data is securely saved and only the person who's supposed to see the data will be able to see. And if we have admins in the database, then they'll be able to see everything of everyone. Okay. we will be covering that during the next session. So please do not miss it. Okay. And one more thing is it's really very sad to see only 5, 6 people joining in every session. We expected at least 20, 30, 40 people to join in so that we could make the most of it. Our team will be reaching out to all the people in the in the WhatsApp group to understand what's exactly happening. To see if we have to change the timing or if there is anything else that we have to do to ensure that we'll have maximum participation. Yeah. So let's open up Q&A. Happy to answer your questions. If anybody wants to join on Zoom, do let me know in the comments and I will be happy to open Zoom meeting. Anybody wanting to join the Zoom meeting or anyone else has any questions, you can put it in chat. Wait for 2 more minutes just to ensure that anybody who has questions can ask. Otherwise, we'll wind up. Not right now, says Nishant. Okay, Nishant, thank you. Please do practice, everyone, because as you can see, every session, every next session is getting slightly more complex. We are uncovering a few more things, right? So, yeah. So please do watch the recordings and practice whatever we are covering, because otherwise, right, after a few sessions, you'll be like, oh, wow, what's happening now, right? And that's why I keep telling this. Please practice, practice, practice. Share whatever you're learning in the community so that others are also inspired. Others will also start doing it. Okay, thereby getting all the members in the community to do it together, right? Why will it help you? Because whenever you're stuck, there are others who can support you, right? That's where the power of community comes into picture. Okay, so please do it. Yeah, Hemant, that's right. You will have to practice it, and that's when you will get it. So please do practice, share it with the community, and inspire others. And because there are no more questions or no questions, we will wind up for today. I will see you on Wednesday, right? Hopefully, same time. We will reach out to everybody and see if timing is the issue, because it's not good to see only 5, 6, 7 people joining the sessions, where our team is putting in so much efforts to bring in this particular thing. And we anticipated at least 10, 20, 30, 40 people join in, okay, to get the most of it. But yeah, we'll have to check what's going wrong. Yeah. So thank you everyone for joining in. And if you have any feedback where we can improve the session or the deliverables or examples or anything that we are doing, okay, please feel free to share it openly. We will not mind it, because we want to bring the best of learning for all of you. And so your feedback will help us improve. So please do not hesitate. Yep. Thank you, everyone. Have a nice evening and see you on Wednesday.